Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. It's a Wednesday evening, and I'm Mike, and I'm joined by Julian.
Hello.
And Brogan.
Hello.
And today we've got some very exciting news. Normally we have some slow news weeks, but not today. Not today. We've got 4 weeks worth of news in 1 hour. What are we covering?
We've got some big stuff today. Stuff from Google and Coinbase.
Ooh.
Yeah. Grayscale. Something going on with the FCC there.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. And PayPal's new policy.
The headline of the show.
Yes.
Big news, this one. Big news. So we'll get to that in a bit.
Brilliant.
Yep.
But first, as always, we start with the stablecoin price of Bitcoin. I'm going to go for, as I went for on Saturday, 19,200.
Optimistic. 18,700.
Ooh. Pessimistic there. It's 19,100. There's no point me going to the graph. So I'm not going to.
Not bad at all.
There's no point going to the graph.
It's all the same.
But for anybody that is watching, tomorrow the CPI news comes out, which is the inflation rate in America. And the producer inflation price came out today and it's gone up.
Right.
So,
that's not good news then, is it?
No.
But then again, the UN have told them not to.
They have.
They've said don't raise your interest rates.
Kofi Annan that's still... Is Kofi Annan still there at the UN?
No, I don't think he is he?
Is he left?
Yeah, he went.
Well, I don't think they're going to get anything past Powell.
No.
So, if inflation has gone up again, we're probably going to see a bit of a correction in the market.
Maybe.
So
but I don't think you're going to see inflation.
Well,
I think the UN have got a lot of power. Them little blueberries get everywhere.
I think Powell is caught between a rock and a hard place. Because if he doesn't put inflation up... if he doesn't put interest rates up, inflation will keep going up.
Yeah.
So he's got to. But if he does, he's going to wreck... he's going to wreck the economies of Europe, the Americas, and all the little countries that have got the dollar as their currency. It's going to go to...
Totally.
To hell.
Yeah.
Anyway...
There's a side issue, though. Who do you think came up with the idea of the sky blueberry? Because it is very different.
I'd say the French.
I think Italians.
The Italians.
Yeah, it's got that flair about it, hasn't it?
Actually, if it was the French, it'd be yellow, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
For surrender.
Yeah.
That's not beat about the bush there.
Yeah. But I think the blue's lovely.
It is.
It's saying I can fight, but equally I can party.
Right then, what is word on the bird?
Word on the bird. All right. So when it loads, we have a little GIF. It's quite
is this
funny.
the cat?
Cat's very nice little cat.
This is a lovely
very cute
word on the bird.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
When it loads, when it decides to load, knows.
Is it touchy-feely sort of stuff for the current generation?
No.
No.
Oh.
It's just funny.
It's animal violence.
Can we say that?
Why not? Oh no, we can't, can we? It's no, it's not. No.
There it is, little cat. It's very short, only 4 seconds.
It's a
There
video.
you go, look at that.
Are we live?
Yeah, you just need to press.
Do I have to press refresh
Something.
so we can see the video?
Well, live. I checked. Yeah, it's just this little, this little GIF, and from Cointelegraph saying
there we
crypto
go.
is not real currency. It's quit him off, and he's pushing him off.
Yeah, it's a little cat pushing another cat off a ledge.
Oh, okay.
Because one cat said that cryptocurrency isn't a real currency.
Right, a bit of bickering.
A bit of bickering between cats. It's quite a funny video. It's just on there if you have a look.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like
I'll
that.
watch it.
Look, there you go. Off he goes.
Yeah.
So what this is reference to is that the majority of people that are anti-crypto say that crypto isn't a real currency. But if you ask them what a real currency was, they'd say pounds and dollars and whatever.
Yeah.
But then if you actually went deeper and said, well, why is that a real currency? What backs
They
it?
wouldn't know.
They would not only would they not know, but the answer would be nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we had the gold standard 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So pounds and dollars were backed by a real currency.
So I suppose some of the was it USDT? Well, there's one of the US dollar stablecoins which is algorithmically leveled, right?
That was the UST.
Yeah.
And that one was the one that crashed and went to zero.
Never mind, man.
But the asset-backed ones, the USDC and the USDT, they are 100% collateralized.
I suppose it's a bit similar to the real dollar and the UST aren't backed by anything.
Correct. Well,
But,
the answer is trust.
Totally.
True.
So
Consumer value.
A currency is backed by trust.
Yeah.
So if you believe that currency holds a value, then that makes the world go around.
Yeah,
If you
same
don't-
with same with everything, pretty much every product. As long as the consumer has value on it,
Correct.
it means something.
Exactly.
Status, reputation, and image.
Correct.
Yes.
Just the way that I live my life.
And the problem now is that because of what the dollar's doing, it's the world reserve currency.
Yeah.
So it's the currency that everybody flees to in times of crisis.
Yeah.
And because of what's happened, everybody's fled to it. And the more people flee to it, the more it's actually killing the euro and killing the pound and killing the yen. So anyway, that was just a nice little anecdote at the beginning.
Yeah.
And now we get on to the breaking news, which was, I believe this was announced at 1 o'clock this morning, our time.
Okay.
Yeah. It's right at the bat. Our first article we'll go into is already the Grayscale lawsuit against the FCC.
Yes.
So,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
right at the bat. We haven't even got to a nice little,
Wowzers.
No.
little thing in little town in Sweden or anything, or Switzerland.
No caress in there, Brogan,
We've-
is there? Hey.
We're going in full friction.
Yeah.
But we end on a nice note,
Right.
which
okay.
is laughing at celebrities.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So please
As
continue
always.
to watch the rest of the show to see us laugh.
Yeah.
But now we need to get to the serious stuff.
Yeah. All right. So, Grayscale Investments files opening brief in lawsuit against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Brief argues SEC denial of Grayscale's conversion of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust (GBTC) to spot Bitcoin ETF was arbitrary, capricious, and discriminatory.
Yes.
Today's brief outlines why the SEC's disparate treatment of these products was arbitrary, discriminatory, and in excess of the Commission's statutory authority. Statutory authority. It also argues that the test the SEC has applied to Bitcoin-related ETFs, and only Bitcoin-related ETFs, is flawed and has been inconsistently applied with a special harshness to spot Bitcoin ETFs.
Absolutely.
In 2021 and 2022, the SEC approved several Bitcoin future ETFs, but repeatedly reject ETFs that hold Bitcoin directly, or spot Bitcoin ETFs, including Grayscale's application to convert GBTC. That stark arbitrariness cannot be justified or reconciled with the Commission's mandate to treat like cases alike. Rather, it can be only understood as a substantive judgment on the merits of a spot Bitcoin investment, the kind of substantive judgment that is outside the Commission's authority, the brief reads. Craig Salm, Grayscale Chief Legal Officer, over 850,000 million
850,000 Americans.
Oh, that's weird. It says 850,000 million Americans. That's weird. Maybe 850 million, I don't know. No,
It's probably a typo.
whatever that is. Well, that number.
It's
There's
a
only-
lot of people.
There's
Isn't
only
it?
350 million Americans in total, so I
So
don't
it could
believe
be-
every man,
could
woman, and
be-
child 2.5 times over
You
holds
never know.
Bitcoin.
Is there tax involved in this?
Actually, it could be the
You
people,
see?
the tax, or it
See
could be
what
the
I mean?
people working out employment figures in America, because
Absolutely.
everyone's got about 6 jobs in America, which
Yeah.
keeps employment low.
Yeah.
850,000 million Americans. I can work it. That number, whatever it's supposed to be, Americans own GBTC. Can't be the whole America, no. A product designed so that investors could have regulated access to investing in Bitcoin. On behalf of the US investment community, we are proud of the arguments we have outlined in Grayscale's opening brief, and we look forward to the Commission's response. That was it.
Perfect. Right then, a few things
Go
before
on.
we get
Explain
into it.
this to me.
So, an ETF,
Yeah.
exchange traded fund. A futures ETF, Bitcoin, doesn't physically hold the Bitcoin.
Right.
So, the SEC, who are the American Securities Authority,
Yeah.
they've allowed several of these futures ETFs to go by with
To
no
cut
problem.
the mustard.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because they don't directly buy and hold Bitcoin.
Okay.
Now, if they were to release a spot ETF, what that means is that the fund, let's just call it a fund, it buys the physical Bitcoin, or
Yeah.
the metaphysical Bitcoin, we're going
Yeah.
to call it. Now, Grayscale is the biggest Bitcoin fund in the world, but it's not an ETF.
Okay.
because it needs a special license. So what they want to do is they want to take this fund that 850,000 Americans hold, they want to take it and turn it into an ETF, which means that they will physically hold all the Bitcoin.
Oh.
Now,
There's the problem.
The problem, exactly, is that once they allow Grayscale, they will have to allow BlackRock, Goldman Sachs,
Yeah.
JP Morgan, Mellon. They'll have to allow them all to have a spot ETF, which means that 300, 400, 500, 600,000 Bitcoin will all be bought in the space of 6 to 12 months.
Ooh.
Which would do what to the price?
Whack it right up.
Whack it right up.
Yep.
Exactly. And they're not allowing these ETFs to be created because they want to suppress the price. Another way to suppress the price of a commodity is to allow futures,
Yep.
because you can bet against a price.
Yep.
So what happened was the price of Bitcoin was flying along, got to 18,000 way back in 2017.
Yeah, yeah.
And what happened was they released...
So they've allowed those.
Yes, because it's kept the price down.
Yep. But they can't hold this tide back forever, can they?
No, they can't.
And is that why these guys are then suing them?
Yes. And this is going to take maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
Or a change of regime, whichever comes sooner, and Grayscale will win. And the SEC are standing behind this argument, which is they're protecting consumers. But they're not protecting anybody,
No.
because Grayscale...
What are Grayscale suing them for? For financial loss?
They are suing them because they're not being treated fairly.
But are they suing them for a loss? Are they claiming money? So basically they could be in bed with these people just to delay it for the 2 years.
No, I mean, this is not
Is
benefit.
that really cynical on my part?
Yeah, because Grayscale is trading. You have a premium.
Yeah.
That's where you pay more for a share than the share's worth. Well, Grayscale is at a 30% discount.
Okay.
So, for example, for every 1 Bitcoin's worth of shares in Grayscale that you buy, you're actually getting 1.3 Bitcoin's worth of shares.
Right.
So so this delay and delay and delay
is not good.
Is not good for them.
Right. Okay.
So this is great news.
Yep.
If the actual court case goes through and they win.
Yeah.
But if you look at the XRP court case, that's been going on for 2 and odd years. This is going to go on to at least 2024, which funnily enough is when the next Bitcoin halving is going to happen, and we expect the next price to rise. So maybe the SEC are just delaying matters. Now, going back to your cynical point of view, it might be JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs telling the SEC to delay this. Bless you.
I hope people aren't wearing headphones.
It might be they might be putting pressure on to delay it, to allow the banks to get in a position
to catch up.
Yeah, that could be one possibility.
But eventually it's going to be an avalanche.
It is going to be an avalanche. Exactly. So that's
very interesting.
That's the breaking news, and this is the one which has caused the most controversy I've seen on crypto Twitter for a long time. The PayPal leak.
Another big article right now. We've got 2 in a row. Huge articles.
Is this negative against PayPal?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm a big fan of PayPal. Can't buy anything here without PayPal.
Barnsley's in quite a remote place.
Yeah. Well, let me listen. I'll reserve my judgment.
Do you have PayPal in Barnsley?
No.
Or
No.
Papers. The papers in Barnsley, don't they?
Yeah, carry on.
All right, well, PayPal says policy to fine customers for misinformation was an error. Oh. PayPal Holdings Inc. Incorporate said on Monday it will not fine users for misinformation, and an earlier policy update that said customers could have to pay $2,500 in damages was sent in error. PayPal is not fining people for misinformation, and this language was never intended to be inserted in our policy. We're sorry for the confusion this has caused. The new policy, which said customers could have to pay damages of $2,500 for each violation, was supposed to go into effect on November the 3rd, the report said. PayPal's former president, David Marcus, slammed the policy in a tweet on Sunday, saying the new policy goes against everything I believe in. A private company now gets to decide to take your money. If you say something they disagree with, insanity. Marcus tweeted. Oh, so they've gone back on it, saying it was a mistake.
So Brogan.
Yeah.
This is happening a lot in the world, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, a lot of mistakes. Whoopsie.
Yeah.
So
Didn't mean to do that.
Retreat.
How do you accidentally add something to your policy which fines people?
Why do you think it's a good idea that any private company should be allowed to fine you for your personal opinion?
So why do I think it's a good idea?
Do you think it's a good idea?
I don't think it's a good idea, no.
Do you think it's a good idea?
It's just not an idea.
No,
it's just
not.
ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, and it's not as if it's been taken out of context, because somebody somewhere in PayPal has had this idea, haven't they? With a legal team.
What are they saying about misinformation, though?
If you say something that they don't agree with, that doesn't abide by their policies,
Right.
you will be fined $2,500.
So it's nothing to do with giving a false address.
No. No. It's not like ordering things from the catalogue and having it delivered to your next door neighbour.
Right, gotcha.
So, okay, let me ask another question. I'll ask Brogan this.
Actually, before, Julian, you have a comment
Oh,
from
I do.
GMAC saying, think you killed my laptop speakers. I assume it's supposed to...
I apologise for that. I couldn't help it. I actually thought there were about 8 or 9 coming, but we managed to limit it to 2.
He's got allergies.
Yeah, very much.
He's got allergies.
Yeah, it's not. I can't say that word, can I?
No.
No, it's
Not
it's
safe,
allergies.
no.
It's allergies.
Yeah.
Allergies. What were we saying? Yeah, so I think with PayPal, they're a private company. Just because they've got 350 million customers doesn't give them the right to decide what comes out of your mouth or what you
Like
believe.
Facebook or Twitter, if they did this, same situation.
But again, that's not their
It's
Not their
jurisdiction.
place.
it's not their place.
No. I couldn't understand it because you can't mute people. However, it is a platform of social interaction, so they could, legislate what sort of language you use, but not really stop you, speaking or violating whatever the terms they apply.
I think
It's a bit ridiculous.
I've got a nice little quote for you.
All right.
So Voltaire said, "I might not like what you're saying, but I will defend your opinion with my life." Which means that we are all entitled to our own opinions, but we don't necessarily have to agree with them,
Yeah.
do we? And you might like to write things about, I don't know, a certain football team. You might support Barnsley, I might support Stockport, but that doesn't mean we haven't got common ground.
No.
And all of these companies, who we won't say, are all taking the opinion themselves on what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
And this has happened in great depth over the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And I can't understand whether this is a political decision. Being very careful with what I say so we don't get kicked off midstream for the 3rd time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not their decision.
No.
And it's our decision, and what we need to be held accountable for our own opinions. And where I do agree is that we all need to be doxed, which means that we all need to have who we are on Twitter and on Facebook and Instagram. So you are Julian, I'm Mike,
Yeah.
he's Brogan. We all need to be. We shouldn't hide behind these caricatures or NFTs and say nasty things about people
I'm not in any of these things, by the way.
on Instagram.
It's not about a choice. It's just I can't be bothered.
Well, you're our face of Instagram, or you will be.
Yeah, but I flick down and I look at people and say, "What an idiot!" frequently. I'm so much better than they are. That's all I use it for.
But you're allowed to do
Self-affirmation.
that. You're allowed to do
That's
that.
all that I use it for.
As long as you don't go on any Sheffield Wednesday forums and abuse them for being Wednesday fans.
All kept internal.
Exactly. The problem is when it's externalised. That's
Yes.
when things have issues.
No, you
isn't it?
don't want to do that.
No, we don't.
No.
Okay, so let's move on to something which is slightly less contentious, which is the EU and crypto law.
Oh,
Let me go on to it now.
what have the EU done? Have they done anything?
Back to introduce a law which Brogan's going to give us the details
Yeah.
on.
All right. Well.
Mika, it's called, isn't it?
Oh yes, Mika. All right,
What
so
his famous song?
I can't do that, no.
Okay.
He was at the Eurovision
He was,
last year.
Loved in Italy, he is.
He was the star of the show
Yeah.
on the Eurovision. Did you watch him?
Who?
Do you know who he is? Mika.
What did you say?
He sings in a falsetto pitch from start to finish of a song.
Yeah, incredible.
Incredible voice.
Fair enough.
Anyway, that'll be the highlight of this article, because it's about to descend into severely dry tones now.
All right, well, okay. EU lawmakers pass landmark crypto assets regulation bill. The Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation Bill, MiCA, is one step closer to being put into law. European Union lawmakers today signed off the Markets in Crypto Asset Regulation, MiCA, landmark legislation that hopes to regulate the digital asset space within the Union. The MiCA bill asks those issuing crypto to publish a crypto asset white paper containing information about their project.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The MiCA looks to regulate cryptocurrency mining too. The bill asks big crypto asset service providers to disclose their energy consumption. The EU could also classify NFTs, unique tokens issued on a blockchain that are linked to assets such as artwork, as securities under the new bill. European Parliament officials will again vote on final approval of the MiCA legislation later this month before it becomes law.
The one thing that I didn't highlight in there is that they were also going to regulate stablecoins, which is very interesting because up until very recently you weren't allowed to have a euro-denominated stablecoin.
And now they're thinking about doing that.
And now that you need to be able to provide that. So, what do you think to that?
That sounds decent news to me, does that? Progress is what I'd call that.
Yeah. What do you think, Brogan?
I think it's good. I think the white paper part is especially, kind of my highlight from that article. However, we've seen, I'll just use NFT projects as an example. We've seen some NFT projects include a white paper and they've been lying. So if there's some sort of, framework or, someone who checks over these white papers, some dominant body who knows what they're talking about, to read over it and make sure it's authentic. So long as that occurs, then I think the white paper part is especially good. That's pretty much all I have on that. Yeah.
See, I'm gonna play devil's advocate with this, because they've recently had a spate of announcements where they've come out and basically dropped the ball on things.
Yeah.
So when they were talking about non-custodial wallets,
that was dreadful, wasn't it?
Which is a wallet that you hold on your phone or your computer. So custodial means it's held with Binance or crypto.com. Non-custodial means that it's yours, like on your ledger, for example. Yeah. And they were saying that they were going to try and ban your certain countries from having European-based wallets. And I think that on the face of it, this is great news. But delving deeper, my argument would be there's a massive energy problem in Europe. Even Greta Thunberg has come out and said that the nuclear power stations should not be shut down, and it's a terrible mistake, because she understands the gravity of where we are right now, which is being held accountable by certain countries for certain, for gas. So even she understands this. Now, my argument is they're probably going to take a look at all of these mining companies and how much energy they're using, and probably do what China has done. So China didn't get rid of the miners because they don't like crypto. They got rid of it because of the energy usage in China, and it was weighing down on their energy grid. Yeah. I don't think the European Union are going to want mining in the European Union because of the energy demands on it. Yep. And I think it's a very grey area with NFTs, because it's okay talking about, if you have a fractionalized piece of art. So if you have a Van Gogh and you have 1,000 NFTs that all own a fraction of that painting, that is an asset-backed NFT, and that is a security. But who's going to look after all of this?
Yeah, I agree.
Is it going
huge,
to be
isn't it?
that's my problem is, on paper, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
It's going to become, it's going to add to the adoption. It's the how are they going to implement this?
Theory and practice.
Correct.
Massively different.
Massively different. So I'd say this is positive.
Yeah.
On
We're
the whole,
thinking the right way. Maybe that's how to view it.
Yeah. They're going in the right direction.
Yeah.
Well, we have a comment. I think it's going back to the PayPal thing.
Yeah.
Someone said, I'm confused. So if I say Arsenal is going to win the league, will I get fined £2,500?
Yes, if PayPal supports Spurs.
Well,
that would be my answer to that one.
It's a niche answer, isn't it?
It's a niche answer. But basically, if you don't meet with if we go down the ethical point of view, so again, I've got to be very careful with my words. If you agree with a group of people, which may or may not be a group of people that PayPal like,
yep,
and you express your opinion on that group, and PayPal don't like it, then you will be fined. And I imagine this goes back to the fact that you'll have the PayPal logo on your website or on your marketplace or whatever, and if you're selling something or
they don't want to be associated with that.
Yeah. So that would be my answer. And I'm sure PayPal supports Spurs. It's the kind of company that would support Spurs, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Now this next article, this is the banger.
Oh.
This is the breaking the doors down to mass adoption.
Okay, excellent. Bring on the news.
Bring on the news.
Yeah.
This
All
Benny,
right.
by the way, this is
the top draw, isn't it, this one?
This podcast today is sponsored by Benedictine.
What a drink.
What a drink. The nectar of the monks,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I'm not
Yeah.
drinking that, of course. I have coffee.
You have coffee and water.
We tried it on Saturday with coffee.
Yeah.
We
I
added
just
it to coffee. Today we've removed the coffee.
There's no need for coffee.
We've just gone pure Benny and hot
I
water.
think next cast we need to remove the hot water. And just go for neat Benny.
In the microwave.
Microwave it to warm it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a drink.
What a drink.
Every household needs this in their lounge for Christmas.
At some point over Christmas when we do we're going to do a Halloween special.
Yeah.
We're going to do a Christmas special.
Yeah.
But for the Christmas special, I think we should get to the point where we don't see the end of the podcast because we've gone partially blind from
Through Benny.
I watched Raoul Powell, who's a crypto streamer. I watched him last Friday night. It was about midnight. I was going to bed and I put him on, and he was sitting there with a bottle of wine, answering questions on crypto and the markets and things like that. And he was just having the time of his life.
He needs Benny, though.
He had no moderator.
He needs Benny in his life.
He does need Benny.
Can we cover the story of Benny maybe in a future cast?
We'll do a 5-minute review of Benedictine.
No, what about the history of it, though?
Yeah, we'll do a 5-minute review.
I know it's now bought mainly by people in Burnley.
Yeah.
Which is a fact.
It's a fact.
Phenomenal drink.
Do you know why they call it Benny in Burnley?
Because they can't pronounce
'Cause they
Benedictine.
can't spell Benedictine. Right, let's get on to
Actually, go on to the article
let's
now.
get on to Google.
So, Google to accept Bitcoin, crypto for cloud services in Coinbase partnership.
Just say that one more time so
Wowzers.
everyone can hear that. Google
Google to accept Bitcoin,
to accept Bitcoin.
crypto for cloud services
Wow.
in Coinbase. Crypto for...
Just to give you a bit of background to this, Brogan, 4 years ago,
We banned all
Google
adverts.
banned all crypto advertising on the platform.
Yep.
So in
Mm.
4 years,
Another reversal.
Yep.
exactly,
It's becoming quite a common thing, isn't it?
huge,
Yep.
Everybody just says something and then backs out and does something completely different.
correct.
We're getting used to this. This
We
is a
are.
dangerous slope.
Yeah, I think it's because, 4 years ago, people might not have had the belief in crypto as much, so all these companies are going, yeah, it's not that good. And now, obviously, as time goes on,
Yeah,
we're seeing a stable focus on crypto. And I think these companies are now realizing it's probably something they should look into.
well, when we go on to the NFT stuff later, and as we said on Saturday, the more celebrities, the more it gets into the mainstream press. People like Elon Musk, love him or hate him, bought Bitcoin, bought Dogecoin. People like Michael Saylor, they might not be household names, but they're talking about Bitcoin in corporate circles. And this is, I still can't believe that Google are going to accept crypto payments. But we're going to talk about the reasons why I think that's going to happen when you've finished. When we let you get through the article.
I stop blabbering on about Benedictine. Yeah.
We'll get to it.
Anyways.
So carry on. Sorry.
Zen mode now, no interruptions.
No interruptions.
Right, lovely. So, Google will start accepting Bitcoin and cryptocurrency payments for its cloud services in a partnership with US exchange Coinbase. Google will enable a subset of customers to pay for cloud services with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. The new payment method will go live early next year in a partnership with Coinbase. The exchange will migrate its data platform to Google Cloud. So Google said in a statement, Thomas Kurian, CEO of Google Cloud, said the company's focus is to make it frictionless for all customers to take advantage of our scalability, reliability, security, and data services. The integration will allow developers to instantly and reliably operate Web3 based systems without the need for expensive and complex infrastructures, per the announcement. That was the announcement, yeah. That was it.
Right. So before I go and go into the depths of this, what's your first opinion of that?
Fantastic news, that. Swayed slightly by the fact that the fella at Google went by his normal name and didn't want to use one of these stupid new name things like Flange Man. So that straight away got me on side and I started to listen. But yeah, that can't be any better than that, can it?
No.
Google and Coinbase.
Yeah, there's something in that article which I didn't
Sitting
know.
in a tree. Kissing.
ER, Kissinger. What was the bit in the article?
Which is extremely, it's a big development, was the fact that they're going to develop some sort, I don't know if they've developed or they're going to be able to use Google systems to make Web3 websites
Ooh.
securely and faster, which is really, really good.
Well, that was going to be one of my points, which is you develop in Web3.
Yep.
Now, you don't know which platforms you can use to build your websites.
What do you mean by that?
At the minute, crypto is still frowned upon, the same way gaming is, the same way dating websites are.
Yeah.
It's seen
betting,
as
you mean, as
betting.
opposed to gaming.
Gaming, yeah, betting. So it's seen as a high-risk category.
Mm-hmm.
So by Google doing this, Brogan, what they've done is, and they've turned around, like you've just said, they've turned around and said, doors are open, lights are on, open for business. If you want to build a Web3 platform, use Google. Now, yes, they've probably done this to beat Azure, which is the Microsoft cloud.
Definitely.
But from 4 years ago to this, today, is such a quantum leap.
Yeah.
It's unfathomable how big this is, because Google could quite easily go and do this themselves, but they've joined with Coinbase. Now, they've done it for the big clients first to see how it works.
Yeah.
But within 2 years, you're going to have Google AdWords, Google AdSense, whatever else Google offers, Google Store, they'll all have the functionality to allow you
to pay with Bitcoin.
pay with Bitcoin.
Crypto.
Yeah.
Crypto, exactly. And then who is going to be the back end of that? Coinbase.
Yeah.
So you've got a Coinbase account and you want to use Google Web3 services or whatever. Google Play Store is another one. Everything is suddenly interconnected.
Yep.
But my question, you go first.
No. Oh, as a short point, I was going to say, what would be really interesting to see is if Google was to integrate cryptocurrency into Google Pay. I thought,
Which is going to be on the cards.
yeah, I was thinking that could be pretty cool
Yeah.
because Google Pay is quite, universal. You can download. I think you can download it on Apple. I'm not too sure. 'Cause
Well,
Google.
we're going to do a 5-minute review of the PayPal problem. I think we should do a 5-minute review of this Google news.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they're both massive news.
Yeah.
But I had a question for Julian.
Fine, let's go.
So BlackRock
Mm-hmm.
are in bed with Coinbase
Yeah.
because BlackRock want to offer Coinbase crypto solutions to all of their customers.
Yeah.
And now suddenly Coinbase is in bed with Google. Do you think there's a connection between the three?
Yeah, they're completing a circle. Fantastic news that is today.
Yeah.
Really massive.
Yeah. Okay.
But which way do you think it's going?
I think they're trying to create a gated wall.
Oh.
the issue is adoption,
Yeah.
which we keep going on about.
Yep.
And you can't just let people go into crypto because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to make wallets. There's an article later about that fashion brand.
Yeah.
They're called
Moncler.
Moncler, which you'll go through, which explains that they've got these kind of user-friendly wallets. So my theory is that BlackRock and Coinbase and Google are going to create an ecosystem where Google Play will use Coinbase, BlackRock will use Coinbase, and Coinbase sits in the middle to basically manage all of the payments.
Unknown to the normal everyday man.
And no one's going to know it's Coinbase.
Yeah.
Yep.
And everyone's going to use it.
But that's what we said last week, I think.
It is. I think they're trying to tie off everything.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And BlackRock and FTX as well, aren't they?
Oh yeah. They're
So
partners.
Sam Bankman-Fried, who's buying all these different crypto companies out, he's in bed with BlackRock, and FTX are the biggest and fastest growing exchange in the world. So you have this kind of conglomerate now of these 4 or 5 companies which come from different industries who are now all closing in, and there's nobody really else on the horizon that's doing this. So I think they're going to be the big winners.
Yeah.
But from our point of view, this is amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
They're forming a big supergroup like the Travelling Wilburys, really, aren't they?
It's a little bit like Live Aid for me.
Oh.
It's one big event, like a supernova, where everyone's turning up to. Because Travelling Wilburys, they were like individuals from
they were
bands, weren't they?
Yeah.
Whereas this is
and
the
they
band.
weren't actually as good together, were they?
They were awful.
Yeah, it was a bad analogy.
They weren't even middle of the road.
No,
I'd say they were horse and cart.
I agree with you.
Yeah, on a dirt path.
Yeah.
Was it?
In heavy rain.
What was the? It was the. There was this cartel formed on the prices of oil. Was it OPEC?
Yes.
So could this be another thing, another similar type of cartel system? Instead of it being OPEC, is now on Web3 with Google, Coinbase.
Oh.
You've got your custody fees. So Coinbase currently don't charge you money to hold your crypto there, but BlackRock charge you a very small percentage for your funds. So at some point in the future, there's probably going to be a fraction of your crypto being paid every year to a combination of Google, BlackRock, and Coinbase.
Yeah.
And Bitcoin is uncensorable and immutable, so you can't really change it, but you can change people's access to it, and you can charge them for access to it. But going back to your point of view, if everybody doesn't really care, they just want to have a bit of Bitcoin, then it doesn't matter whether they're being charged 0.5% a year if it's easy to do.
Correct.
If they can put 100 quid into Coinbase or BlackRock and then suddenly they've got Bitcoin, they don't really care.
Don't care at all.
The purists care because they want you to have complete control.
They probably won't use it.
No, they won't. But this expression of pull your big boy pants on, it's like, well, that's all well and good, but if you got somebody working 40 or 50 hours a week, they don't want to put the big boy pants on. They want to buy their crypto in an easy way and hold it. You know, I don't care how I buy my stocks and shares.
You spent half an hour making a sweet and sour sauce.
Exactly.
You'd have been better buying it from Marks and Spencer's. We had the discussion before.
Or Waitrose.
Yeah.
Slightly more watery, but still the flavour.
Really?
Yeah. Same flavour. So, I mean, that for me, that's the news of the day. I think the PayPal thing for me shows more about the fact that CeFi, centralized finance, needs to go down the path of DeFi more, which is giving you more control, and stop trying to have control over it.
Yeah.
But now is my favourite crypto person, Logan Paul. He was called Logan Paul.
That's a good one.
Now he's called
That's
Logan Paul.
That's a good one.
It's actually Logan Paul and KSI, this one.
Yeah.
Your friend, KSI.
I don't even know what that stands for, do you?
KSI.
I know. How about you guys try and guess? I know.
What could it stand for? He's an Arsenal
Kenneth
fan.
Simon Ingram.
Who?
Is that not his name?
No.
Kenneth?
He's called like Olatunji.
KSI.
King Solomon's Ingots. Go on, what's it stand for?
So the first one's knowledge.
Knowledge,
S.
strength,
Yep.
intelligence.
Integrity.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Is it really?
It's not bad. It's better than KLS. They're just going to rock you. Not doing much else, are they?
KLF.
KLF.
Love the story about them burning that money. That is genius.
So how much money did my friend Logan Paul lose on buying Nifters?
A lot.
He
So
did.
$619,990.
That's how much you lost,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
is
but
not as much.
I'm not onto these reporting of stories like this, though. How much has he made on things that have gone well?
That's
No,
true.
but the reason these articles are in there,
Yeah.
we have to try and
Is
help.
all publicity good publicity?
Yes, there is. You've got a mate in the pub,
Yeah.
and he comes in and he goes, "I've made $5,500 buying a stick insect drawing, and I've sold it for 6 Ethereum."
Yeah.
Right? That kind of news brings people to crypto, yes, but causes them to lose money.
Yeah.
Right? 99% of people that buy NFTs are going to lose. You only ever hear either the 1% that win
Yeah.
or the 1% of trades that they win. The 99% of things that they buy and lose money on, they won't advertise that on Twitter or in the pub or Facebook or wherever. These people, like Logan Paul and KSI, them losing money, that's the first footsteps in adoption for people, in my opinion. Obviously, we can all disagree.
Yeah.
The argument I've got is that it's showing people that NFTs are not the way to make money. And buying these coins that pay you 9,000%, it's not going to make you money. You buy the Bitcoin and Ethereum, and you buy these coins because they are a store of wealth. And that's how, over a long period of time, with patience, you will make money. If you're in a market, between a bear market and a bull market, you are going to make 4, 5, 6, 7 times your return. Buying an NFT because your mate in the pub bought one, you're only ever going to lose your money. And that's why I like these. I completely understand why you think this is a terrible article.
Yeah. I don't think it's a terrible article.
We haven't got to the article, have we? So
We're going to get to the article in a minute. This is the
preamble of
preamble.
before the.
Should we see how much he's
ramble.
lost, and then you can give me your opinion?
We don't know how much he's lost.
How much has he lost?
619,990.
He's lost more than that.
619,000 English pounds or
Dollars.
dollars.
Huh?
Good God.
That's 600 grand he's lost.
You've got to have it to lose it, though, haven't you?
Yeah, but there's only so many times you've got to have it to lose it before you've lost it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, look at, what was that footballer called? The one who ended up, the little guy from Northern Ireland who started off at United.
Oh, poor old Keith Gillespie.
Keith Gillespie, how many times did he have it and lose it?
Yeah, quite a few.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas Logan Paul, it's not a gambling addiction.
No.
This is an NFT
Addiction.
hype addiction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on, Brogan.
All right.
Take it away.
From over $620,000 to $10, Logan Paul's unsuccessful NFT investment. His interaction with cryptocurrencies is not successful. What's that grammar? Due to the market crash, the valuation of his holdings has shrunk by over $500,000. The popular YouTuber hopped onto the crypto bandwagon last spring when the prices of most assets were skyrocketing. Several months later, he joined the NFT craze, spending over $2.5 million on such art. The pearl of his purchases was an item part of the Izuki collection, which he acquired for $623,000. As Paul recently revealed himself, the Izuki NFT currently trades at $10, a severe plunge that caused controversy among the crypto community. Apart from NFTs, Paul has diversified his portfolio with Bitcoin and alternative coins. Not long ago, he admitted being down around 500 grand on those investments since he entered the ecosystem at its all-time high levels last year. KSI is down millions. Another YouTuber who took a major punch by the crypto market descent is the British rapper JJ Olatunji, aka KSI. In May, Terra's native token Luna started crashing, and he used the opportunity to speculate that the price will eventually reclaim its previous heights. KSI allocated $2.8 million of his wealth in the asset when it was trading at around $25. KSI sees Bitcoin as the right investment tool for the long run. In his view, those who have some exposure to the asset will be laughing in 10 years. Well, just an article to laugh at people's losses.
I just don't like how it ties in his one-off personal failure with the whole Bitcoin thing, because it did in one sentence. He's trying to say this man has made mistakes and he's a fool. Therefore, everything in this sphere that he likes and is saying is a good thing must also be foolish.
When the article from the Evening Standard came out on
journalism.
Saturday, and we were talking about NFT bog rolls,
Yeah.
you were going, this is great to talk about this because it's adoption.
No.
And now you're saying...
No, you've
this is a
misconstrued what I
terrible
said.
idea.
No. Because what that guy was saying is he was making the point that a lot of it was rubbish. Completely agree. As is proved by KSI.
In fact,
But-
in one of the examples, you couldn't even wipe your bottom with it.
No.
Because it was a
But
virtual bog roll.
What he then went on to say was that the actual idea of the Nifter and having it as a utility had got massive legs. That's what I agreed with.
Yeah.
This is different. This is the journalism that I'm disagreeing with. It's lazy.
It is. But the problem with Jake Paul is he makes these headlines.
Is that his brother?
Jake Paul. What's he called? Logan Paul.
Robin Paul?
Dave Paul.
Peter and Paul?
So, Mr. Paul,
Yeah, there you go.
right? These people make these headlines for themselves because they're not nice, likeable characters.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but they're tying that... What was the last sentence again? That he also were a big fan of Bitcoin.
Yeah, he said-
KSI.
We get all the
it's good-
negativity about him and how much he's lost, and then we just throw in, and he also likes Bitcoin, as though... Don't go anywhere near that either, because this man's a loser.
But the article highlights two problems. Speculation
Correct.
in NFTs
Totally agree.
and speculation in cryptocurrencies.
Correct. Totally agree.
And what we argue on this channel
Yeah.
is for the layman, you shouldn't look at NFTs or anything outside the top 10, and you should buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe Polygon, ADA, XRP, that's it.
Yeah.
So from my point of view, the more examples of why you will lose your money, the better.
I see where you're coming from.
That's what I like it for.
But that's why I like the other article more, because he said that, but then went on to give the positive spin on it.
But the problem with positive spins on NFTs are, I agree, an NFT season ticket for Barnsley,
Yeah.
or an NFT where you get a meal every 5 years with your promotion winning side.
Or an NFT to a concert that allows it to
Correct.
not be copied.
Yeah, or train
Brilliant.
tickets or whatever.
Brilliant.
They are amazing examples of the utility of using NFTs.
Yeah.
These examples that we're giving here
Yeah.
are speculation. It's not just speculation, it's this pump and dump that we've talked about before. So there's massive hype.
Yeah.
You know, buy this NFT, it's going to be worth $1 million with no grounding of why it's worth $1 million, but people buy in. Then you get the celebrities buying in. Then the founders of the project dump all of their NFTs for whatever price they get for it. So what was it, $600 and something thousand for the Azoo,
627,
20,000?
I think. Yeah.
They dump it on these celebrities. Everybody else dumps it, and these celebrities are left with worthless NFTs. So I don't want to give a false impression of NFTs as being something that you buy and then 6 months later it's worth 10 times the money, because in 99% of examples it hasn't been the case.
You're 100% right.
And the other thing, I don't know if we're going to talk about this today, the tweet about Yuga Labs being investigated by the SEC.
I don't think that's so, no.
Right. So they're now going to classify NFTs as securities in certain instances. So you buy this NFT, and whatever you make out of it, you've got to classify it as a So it's a capital gain if you sell it,
Yeah.
or a capital loss if you lose value on it. But then you've got to prove. It's just a whole can of worms.
Yeah,
For
it
me, it's a can of worms.
Yeah. There's a lot of people trying to profiteer off this.
Exactly.
A lot of charlatans in this.
There's a lot of
area.
Emperor's New Clothes,
Huge amounts.
isn't
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
What about?
Any of what we've been mentioning about Mr. Poor?
Well, you're talking about how it improves adoption, but due to the fact that people can see, that you can lose from it, and to make them focus on the top 10, or obviously that's not explicitly said, but they're gonna find that out somehow. However, I would take it back another step, where it might stop them coming into crypto. Maybe not in the long term, but definitely in the short term as a whole, due to the fact they're seeing all these big investments and then these big losses. I know the average man is not going to have $627,000 to put onto an NFT. However, if you scale it down to their disposable income standards, then they can apply the same sort of logic to themselves, and they go, well, if I get into this crypto stuff, because the average person who it might be looking to make a bit of money might not be educated on it and might think, oh yeah, crypto NFT all the same thing. So they might think, okay, well these NFTs are making people lose their money. I'm not going to bother.
So let me ask you a question. I'll ask both of you this question. Do we want mass adoption right now, today?
No.
We don't, do we?
No.
Because I don't think we've got a mature enough market.
We're not ready for it.
We don't have the education.
We don't have the education.
We need to get rid of all these crooks.
Yeah.
True.
We need the laws
Yeah.
improving
Yeah.
and introducing.
Like Australia, all the prisoners went there, and they're like,
I'm getting cut off. Go on.
yeah,
It's just
no,
got cut off again.
well, I've already said that. Yeah.
So we should send all of our crypto crooks to Australia.
No, what I meant to say
That'd be a
was,
great idea.
Oh no.
it used to be all these prisoners on Australia doing all the farming, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And now, it's improved. So now the NFT market is Australia with all these crooks in there. However, I don't know, I'm not read up on my history, but obviously something happened in Australia to make everyone go, oh yeah, let's go Australia. So we just need something like that to happen, where some sort of framework, ruling, I know it's decentralized quite hard, but some sort of rule or governing body to try and help, like we talked about. Was it Visa or MasterCard or something, one of these banks or something?
Yes, they had their crypto.
Yeah, to try and use AI in order to read the signs of a fraudulent transaction.
Yeah.
We need something like this on a large scale in order to allow people to come in and block out the scammers.
See, I agree, and I think this is the one example where we should remove the immutability.
Yeah.
So at the minute, you could steal my NFTs.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way that the
Yeah.
crypto industry works. Now, if you've got Coinbase, because Coinbase are going to have their own NFT platform, if you've got Coinbase, and you imagine Coinbase is like the Amazon store or the Netflix, where you've got your own films that you've bought, no one's going to steal a film that you've bought on Amazon. So you buy your NFT through Coinbase. Coinbase is going to be locked down tight.
Yeah.
So you buy your $2,000 or your $1,000 NFT on Coinbase, which, yes, it's not decentralized, it isn't immutable, it's not the true spirit of crypto. But, I mean, if you're buying physical artwork, somebody's got to come to your house to steal it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you put it in a safe with, what they're called, one of these art houses in London, it's in a safe.
Yeah.
So not only have you bought the piece of art, but they look after it for you. Well, Coinbase is the same. You buy a piece of art, which is an NFT, and you keep it with them because you know it's not going to be stolen from you.
Yeah.
So I think NFTs have to get to the point where you can't lose them by clicking a dodgy link on Twitter or in an email that gives people access to your wallet that can just steal all your NFTs.
Yeah.
But I think you're both right. I think mass adoption right now would be a terrible thing. I think we're about 3 or 4 years away from it.
Yeah.
And at that point, all these banks that are building these platforms and
They'll
teams,
slowly
whatever,
remove all this dodginess that's going on.
the Wild West.
Yeah, but there's dodginess in every form of investment, isn't there? Let's be honest. Pyramid schemes and God knows what else.
There is, and people fall for it all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. It's ridiculous.
I always think to myself, it's a lot easier to wake someone that's sleeping than someone that's pretending to sleep. I'll leave that one with you.
That makes sense, but why?
Just because they're dodgy people, aren't they? People that are dodgy will keep being dodgy.
It's true. You've just got to weed them out.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Now
it's a thought provoker.
Yeah.
Good.
No problem. Carry on. As you were.
So now we're on to
Moncler.
Moncler.
Which I know nothing about, so I might as well push my mic away now while you two
Puffer
talk about this.
jackets is what we're talking.
Yeah.
Who?
Puffer jackets.
Puffer jackets.
They
You know,
do
the
like
big-
skiing goggles as well and all that stuff. Yeah.
Wow. Well, take it away, and I will
Down-filled garments.
down-filled,
Yeah.
as in filled with goose down.
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah, or very warm.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Not useful here. Very useful in Barnsley, I'd imagine.
Even then, they can be a little bit overly warm.
For Barnsley, Oldham. Are we talking Oldham?
You're talking Oldham Boundary Park on a Christmas Eve. That's how cold you're talking.
Go on then. What are the monks doing?
The monks are entering the metaverse and NFTs thanks to Ariane. Yeah. Moncler thus joins the Ariane Association to contribute to the future of the Ariane open source protocol and its applications, along with 50 other Web3 industry leaders. Through this collaboration, 3 different types of non-fungible tokens will thus be launched today. 500 NFT associated with the iconic Moncler Maya Down jacket in platinum color. 500 NFT. It's probably supposed to say NFTs. It's not really. Yeah. 500 NFTs for the first 500 visitors to the bad grammar again. Traveling exhibition event extraordinary.
These articles are full of
These people who write are just come on. Extraordinary expedition, which opened in New York on 5 October. Not the 5th of October or anything. On 5 October. Jesus. I'm going to find out who wrote this. 70 NFT. Oh, he's put the S now. Finally figured it out.
Inconsistency as well.
Yeah. Really consistent. 70 NFTs distributed among friends of the Moncler brand. How Ariane works. Ariane's SaaS, or Software as a Service platform, allows brands to create NFTs with different features, such as asynchronous transfer mode. Users can view NFT content and generate a wallet at the same time, without being native to the crypto world. Minted on Polygon, holders can share and exchange their NFTs on different blockchain networks and applications from metaverse like the Sandbox to NFT marketplaces like OpenSea. This is the first step in a broader Web3 strategy that the Moncler brand has in mind, which will focus on tokenizing more assets, both digital and linked to physical assets. Yeah. Hold on, let me just find out who wrote this.
So let me ask you a question, Julian, while Brogan's trying to find out who wrote this. So I know Balenciaga and Givenchy and Yves Saint Laurent and people like that. So where do these people sit in terms of like the price, the ticket price of these items?
They're there.
Are they there?
Yeah. Yeah, they just got a very niche product.
Have they?
Yeah, they've tried to branch out, I think, going down jumpers and all that sort of. That's not really where it's at. It's with the down jacket.
And are they Italian, French?
They were French, now owned by Italians.
Okay. Because I've never heard of them.
She's foreign, fair enough.
Yeah,
I've never heard of them.
The coats. They make coats, basically.
Okay.
With a ski wear aesthetic.
Right, okay. So it's the upper class riche.
That's where it started.
Right, okay.
That's exactly where it started. So that's the brand that you would have been seen on wearing in the Alps.
And where would you see them fitting into the metaverse?
I don't really.
Neither do I.
No.
I mean, I'm just thinking coats.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Balenciaga and all of these brands, I understand because they've got a design, haven't they?
Yeah,
they've got like a colour scheme and a brand. But Montclair with ski jackets in the metaverse.
It still does have a good identity.
Does it?
Yeah, because it's the red, white, and blue and all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Well, talking about metaverse and Montclair being incorporated, someone's also pointed out that Montclair has Fortnite skins.
Has it really? Who said that?
Zodacan.
Sodacan.
My friend Ruben.
Thank you, Sodacan. He's not your friend. He's a subscriber.
It's that age group.
My subscriber friend Ruben.
It's a brand for that age group.
Oh, okay.
It's very, very trendy.
So, yes,
You've got your what you call North Face.
North Face, yeah.
North Face is there. Montclair is
Oh, okay.
up there.
Because North Face to me is Man City fans in the 1990s around Main Road.
No, they make climbing gear. So they also
Man
make
City
a puffer
fans
jacket.
are very good at climbing, mainly into the opposition stand. So have they got a pattern? That's what I'm trying to get to. Have they got a visible design that you could look at somebody in Fortnite and say, oh, that's...
Yeah.
They have, right.
Yeah.
Then for me, I can't see why it wouldn't work in the metaverse then.
It'll work on things like gaming where you're actually skinning things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
With branding and people, in the modern age, the main focus is branding.
The other thing that it's got is like it has a wet look to it. So it has like a real sheen.
Okay.
Not shiny, but that sort of feel to it.
Right.
He's also said, how much would some Jordans cost in the metaverse?
That's
What's the price disparity between metaverse items and real life items?
My answer to that would be very simple. If you buy a pair of Jordans through an official channel in the metaverse, you would receive the NFT and the physical pair for the same price as you would buy it in a shop. As in that's actually what it would cost.
Oh, it's just the same as a normal shop.
But they're not going to sell every pair of Jordans in the metaverse.
No.
So Julian, who was the brand that you were shown around the shop?
Gucci.
So Gucci had a WhatsApp call with Julian and showed him around the store. That will be replicated in the metaverse, but not everything is going to be available.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And also, in answer to Sodacan, is there's going to be special drops in the metaverse for Jordans and Gucci. But I think where they're heading is, if you haven't got the Gucci NFT or who makes Nike? The Nike NFT. You won't get access to that store in the metaverse to buy those items.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So that's where they think the utility is going to come in for Montclair, Balenciaga, Nike. Yeah. You're going to have to hold this $500, $1,000 NFT to be given these drops.
When the weather turns cooler, I'll wear something from Montclair that I've got.
Okay.
Then you can see it. You'd have to have the air conditioning on full whack.
We'll do that. We'll do that for you. And we won't drink any more Benny.
No, because that really is it's a winner.
What are you going to say?
There's one issue I immediately saw when reading the article was the fact that Ariane, interesting name.
There was a what was it a space rocket?
I don't know. I thought he played for Brazil.
No, the goalkeeper. No, there was an Ariane probe. We sent it off into space, I think. I'm sure Ken, who will watch this, he'll link me to the article to tell me what it was. But it was something to do with the space program. So go on.
Was that it's open source? Now we spoke about this as well in one of our review videos about Bitcoin dying. But I feel like there's a key difference between Ariane and Bitcoin. I also don't know how new Ariane is. However, if I haven't heard of it,
it's only a few years old.
It's not as old as Bitcoin, right? Now the issue of open source, it might be great. People can collaborate on it. Also, people can fork it and try and adapt it as they come. However, malicious people can obviously just go in and read the code, and maybe inexperienced programmers might
find vulnerabilities.
Exactly, or programmers might try and add to it and help if it is truly open source, and cause bugs. Now there might be, I'm not saying there might be a difference between the programming team of Bitcoin, who reviews and reads the code, probably daily, weekly, whatever, and Ariane's team. Now, my issue is if Ariane's team might not be as big as Bitcoin's, so it might be an issue with it being open source, the fact that everyone can read it, and there might be some problems with it. Obviously, as it gets older, it'll probably become bigger and bigger, and that problem might be eliminated, a bit easier. But
I think there's a lot of these types of sites which have bounty programs. Basically, a bounty program is saying to someone like Brogan, go and find a vulnerability in what we do, and if you find one and you fix it, or you tell us how to fix
Here's
it,
your kickback.
Here's your kickback. Yeah. So I think a lot of these, like Binance have got one, following what happened to Binance last week. Binance offer up to $1 million to fix a bug with their Binance chain. Now, obviously, Ariana, open source, it'll only be maybe $10,000, $20,000. I think the biggest bounty paid up to now is about $250,000, $350,000 in a bounty. So you're right. I think people will search the code to find the vulnerabilities and exploit them before.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But it's on Polygon, isn't it? It sits on the Polygon chain.
Yeah.
So Polygon is a layer 2 that sits on Ethereum. So they're both very robust. The layer 1, obviously Ethereum, hasn't had any problems since it forked from Ethereum Classic. Polygon is going to be the unicorn layer 2 in 3 or 4 years' time. So they've picked the right chain, and it's cheap as well. Yeah. That's the thing. Polygon's pennies to send and trade NFTs. So I think I like the idea of brands taking their designs into the metaverse.
Yeah.
But like you say, it's a bit of a leap from coats to
I can see
Fortnite
it in the gaming
skins.
thing. I have got no input on that whatsoever because it's not for me.
Yeah.
I can't see it, but I can see it for that purpose.
Yeah, age demographic.
Yeah.
Right then.
Very a fun and interesting article now.
I'm trying to catch up. I have to log into my phone that keeps kicking me off.
What have we got?
This is Zuck Unstuck.
Oh.
It's our favourite friend from the website. I can't press down on my thing, Brogan. It's broke again.
That's good now.
Is this the Zucksterberg?
We can't mention his name.
I didn't.
Captain
Wait,
Z.
we can't mention his name.
No.
I'll call him Zuck.
If you say his name 3 times, he appears in the room.
He'll be behind you.
And all your hair
Slit your
falls
throat.
out.
Mm.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
This is great, this one.
This is really funny.
I might have to move my mic for the laughter.
Zuckerberg's Metaverse app on quality lockdown, as even employees won't use it. Meta leadership has placed the company's Metaverse VR platform, Horizon Worlds, on a quality lockdown.
Horizon Worlds?
Horizon Worlds. I have VR as well.
Judith Chalmers is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is an over 70s holiday package, isn't it? Horizon Worlds.
You get free white plimsolls upon arrival at the coach park.
And incontinence pads.
By the time it's live, you probably need them.
Yeah. What a name.
That's good news.
That's a shocker.
I mean, I've actually, because I also have a VR, I've actually seen this, it's free, but the amount of reviews I've read before this article and all that, it's horrible. And I think they properly invade on privacy things as well.
He will do.
Yeah, it's Zuckerberg.
Captain Z.
Yeah. Anyways, so on quality lockdown through the end of the year due to persistent bugs, the internet mockingly derided the platforms to graphics. Derided the platform's graphics to the extent that Zuckerberg soon after issued a wounded apology, claiming Horizon was capable of much more and improving quickly. It appears that even the Meta employees working to make those improvements don't hold the platform in highest regard either. Further memos revealed the Horizons World team has been instructed to remain in a quality lockdown for the rest of the year to address enduring issues with the platform's appearance and functionality. For many of us, we don't spend that much time in Horizon, and our dog fooding dashboards show this is pretty clear. Meta's VP of Metaverse, Vishal Shah. I hate these names. Why don't we love the product we've built so much that we use it all the time? The simple truth is, if we don't love it, how can we expect our users to love it? Everyone in this organization should make it their mission to fall in love with Horizons Worlds. You can't do that without using it, said Shah. Get in there, organise time to do it with your colleagues or friends in both internal builds but also the public build so you can interact with our community.
See, now...
This is one more line.
Go on.
This is a multi-year journey and we're going to keep making what we build better, the spokesperson said.
See, now, I'm from Manchester,
Mm.
and we don't really like working very hard. So if I had an email from my boss telling me I had to go and play in something called Horizon World, I'd be spending about 40 hours a week in there and not doing my job.
Would you really?
Yeah.
In Horizon Worlds?
Yeah.
It sounds so brown.
It is brown. It's not brown. It's more...
With a bouquet of Ovaltine.
It's fuchsia. It's that bad. It's fuchsia.
Yeah.
It's not brown. Because it's jarring on the eyes.
Who came up with that name? I can't get beyond the name.
I can't get
The
that song out of my
branding's
head.
horrific.
What's that song? A Whole New World.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a terrible song.
It's a Disney film, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think they changed a whole new to Horizon. Just sing that while we're in the office. The problem is with Facebook is they've never done anything creative.
No.
They made Facebook.
They clearly can't either with Horizon World.
No, but they made Facebook using somebody else's code, which has been taken to court and has been proven. They've bought Instagram. They bought WhatsApp. Did they buy anything else?
Who?
Facebook.
Instagram, WhatsApp.
Probably bought something else.
Yeah.
So they've bought all these companies with the money they've made. They've never made anything original.
No.
This is the first thing they've done that's original, and it's cat
Awful.
food.
Yeah.
It's cat food that's been left in the sun for 3 days,
Yeah.
Mm.
and nobody will go near it because it stinks.
Yeah.
And
Of Ovaltine.
you've got the bloke in charge whose neck's on the line saying, I can't believe you're not playing this game. Why aren't you playing this game? This game's brilliant. And a quality lockdown is basically whoever's in charge has got them in the room and said,
Guys.
this is a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
Fix it. You've got to the end of the year or we're sacking you.
Yeah. Don't go near the press.
Don't go near the
Not
press.
even them that can't spell properly or grammatically
Yeah.
do stuff. Just don't go near any of them.
Well, if I can interject for a second.
You can take it away.
Well, Ruben's brought up a really good point, which I'm going to expand on as well. He
Hi,
said-
Ruben. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, the one viewer. Before I say what he said, at one point we had 5 concurrent viewers. For about 5 minutes, we had 5 viewers.
Brilliant.
What did you do to get rid of them? Do we start talking about Benny?
Yeah.
I
I
think
bet they've all shot to the shops.
it goes to the shops. Do you sell Benny? There's only 2 famous Bennies in the world, Benedictine and Benny from Crossroads. They're the only 2 Bennies that have ever lived.
There's
Carry
Benny
on.
from ABBA.
Oh, yeah.
That's somebody else
That's
telling
Benny from ABBA. I've got him on my phone. You don't know that? I've got ABBA on speed dial.
Have you?
Yeah.
I love Benny.
When he calls me, do you know what it plays? Waterloo.
Does it?
And then I know he's calling me.
I'd have it saying, knowing me, knowing you.
No? Aha.
Exactly.
No. So what's Ruben got to say?
He said, I can't be asked to use VR until the graphics until the graphics are better. Like, it's fun, but it's just like more effort for a game. So basically he's saying the graphics of the VR, when you put the headset on, and I agree with him, they're not that good. And it's a lot of effort to go to just for a game which does not that good. And, you know, that's a good point. And with Horizons, they mentioned as well that the graphics weren't that good, but we can do better. It doesn't help the fact that most VR headsets don't look that good, but the ones which do cost like $3,000 or whatever. And this is also on a wider scale a very important issue, which is metaverses. A lot of them are VR, right? So if we're going to want a consistently used good metaverse, we need to pair it along with an affordable, accessible VR headset which looks good, which is a hard task. But yeah.
How do you get to Horizon World? With Wallace Arnold? But it takes forever to get there.
Thompson Silver.
The number of toilet stops you must have had on the way.
It's a 12-hour journey from Manchester to Liverpool for the ferry. It's only a 28-mile trip. The problem is, for me, can you see... Do you know who Alex Ferguson is? He's about 80-odd. He was the ex-manager of Man United.
Mm.
Can you see him putting a headset on?
Never.
No. Can you see Liz Truss, the Prime Minister of England, putting a headset on?
Actually, that I can, yeah, but it'd
No,
be
I
backwards.
can't. Yeah, it'd be backwards. It'd be around her neck. So none of the... Well, actually, if she's like that thing off Harry Potter, it'd be around the right part of her head, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
it
But
would.
she's obviously got the echoes of Thatcher on her
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
The problem is, nothing in the VR world is going to work for anybody over 30.
No.
So, you've discounted 75% of the population. So the VR side isn't going to work, and you're all right. The graphics aren't good enough, and no one's going to go near it for 10 years until you've got that level of population.
Yeah.
And at that point, you can't wear a headset, so it's going to have to be some kind of, a normal pair of glasses.
Yeah, like augmented reality instead. Augmented reality would be really good.
Yes, it would.
With NFTs, but
it would.
I slightly agree with you. However, a lot of the metaverses we're seeing are VR and non-VR. I know I might have said it was all VR. Secondly, you said 70% were excluded. Let's say 30%. That 30% who would use it, they're the same 30% who expect really good graphics as of like Xbox and all that stuff, right? So, and like you said, we need to wait for that demographic to grow up. If they get that 30% integrated now, then the generational period from then on, from this 30% on, are going to be using this sort of VR metaverse. So these people are going to be growing up with it and consistently using, and along with everyone else. So we need to make it good, in order for it to be a thing which is used consistently through the generations continuing.
Yeah, I mean, we're so far away from a metaverse, a physical product that's usable. We are so far away from that. I mean, if you go back 15 years to now, we've got these wonderful little devices that didn't exist 15 years ago that we have now, that have everything on them. So in 15 years' time, we need to have something like this little box here for the metaverse. Because if you go shopping and you're not going to wear your VR headset, well, isn't that just like putting lots of different websites together in a street that you can walk down, which you don't really need to walk down because you can just type Harvey Nichols or Nike into your browser and go there. Yeah. You don't need a metaverse to go there, do you?
No. But I 1,000,000% agree with, because Google tried to do it with the Google glasses, but I think they were kind of ahead of their time. They
were way ahead of their time.
100% ahead of time. If we could get augmented reality included with Web3, I've seen concept videos of this quite like ages ago, and where they had the glasses on, they're looking around, and they looked at a wall. Let's say it was a bit of street art. A pop-up came up.
Yeah.
Obviously not ads. That obviously might be an issue, but I'm not going to talk about that. But like incorporating, we can't make a metaverse to completely exclude the physical world.
Yeah.
Because that's just not going to work.
We had this with our great friend Stuart, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
With his goggles at football matches.
Yeah.
So if you looked right at half time, you could order KFC.
Yeah. So there's got to be another type of product. So if
other takeaways are available.
Yeah, not as good though as KFC.
No, that's true. Actually.
That's good. Yeah. You've got to find a halfway house, right? You need to find the people with a disposable income that are going to spend their money. And at this moment in time, because of the financial crisis, everybody under 30 can't afford a house, can't even afford a car, can barely pay their way through a month. They can't put any money away. And they're the people who could adopt this metaverse.
Are you going to have a possibility of some poor child that can now afford to buy a house but can't afford to buy a house, living in rented accommodation, wearing goggles all day to pretend to own a house?
Probably.
Oh, that's a dreadful thought, isn't it?
But the metaverse, forget the spending of money for a minute. The metaverse is an opportunity for people to earn money. So you could be a virtual tour guide at Disney Studios.
Yeah.
So you could sit in your room in Barnsley or Lincoln and put your headset on, and you could become the South Yorkshire representative of Disneyland.
Yeah.
And you could walk these people around the virtual Disney and get paid by Disney for doing that. So if we, instead of looking at how much money can be generated for the average person and we take them out of it, if you look at how much money they can make for doing jobs which weren't available to them in the past, that's where I think there's an opportunity rather than to spend money to make money. If you know what I mean. Because let's say you want to go to a Coldplay concert, for example. you might need a tour guide, or you might need a tour guide to go to Disney, you might need whatever. A shop assistant in the metaverse for Nike.
Yeah. Tell you where it'll really open up.
Here we go.
Japan.
Yeah, it will.
I would never dream of going on holiday on my own to Japan. I wouldn't know which directions to take.
But you could go
reading the menu. No,
Japanese.
and you read it downwards.
Yeah.
It's not just like a horizontal horizontal line. Most languages, left to right.
Yeah.
This is from top to bottom.
Yeah.
So
because it is a country I'd like to visit.
It's intriguing.
Yeah.
You could go on a Wednesday afternoon. Every Wednesday afternoon you can go to Japan.
Yeah. But I mean physically go, but wearing me goggles to take me around. Is that not what we're on about?
No.
I think I'll make it a
I
reality.
want to physically go.
We're going to Japan in the metaverse.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to physically go.
Well, you're out.
Put me goggles on and be able to
Augmented reality.
augmented reality, understand where I'm being.
That's already there, but that's not to do with the metaverse.
No,
But
no,
they
it's
should
not.
implement.
But they should include
metaverse.
it.
Maybe not the metaverse. They should implement not just Web 3, Web 2, Web 2 to Web 3. Do what Google did, but just more consumer friendly. And then incorporate Web 3 or all these things with the glasses.
Yeah, I agree with
So
that.
you could walk around Japan, and you'd be able to look at a sign, a pop-up, like a slight something. It obviously can't be too in your face, because obviously it's not consumer friendly. But a pop-up would appear. It might be, let's say, maybe it's a translation. A little white box appear next to it with English, and you can read it properly. So
Or maybe it just automatically translates it.
all that, yeah.
Wow.
That. If you'd like to see Julian in Japan with augmented reality, please like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And we will do a special.
You know what we should do?
The Man in Japan.
We should get the green screen out just for Julian, and put him in like a Japanese temple for one episode. Just put the green screen there, a chroma key out, put you in Japan.
That'd be a great idea. Now,
all
we've
for
really overrun.
Have we?
We have
We've really overrun.
Wow.
The three
an
people
hour and 25 minutes.
the people who were listening are now asleep.
Oh, no.
So you need to have a good old sneeze before we get onto the question and answer session.
I haven't got one.
We've got 3 questions.
There you
There we go.
go. Yeah.
What are the questions?
What are the who's first? Let's mix.
Fuck reviewers now.
Let's look at because they've all woken up because you've coughed. So what's
Get
the
back on.
questions?
They've got
Quick
the
fire
Benny, though.
questions.
They've got the Benny. They've
Get 'em.
called it.
Get the questions on.
All right, so the first one's for Julian.
Julian again. He's always first.
Always
I find that
first.
very unfair.
The question is, don't know who it's by, but should I use crypto to pay for shopping?
No. No, store your crypto and let it gain in value. Don't spend it, fritter it away.
Great
But
answer.
what? Okay, no, it's a question.
Great answer. Next. We're
Me.
running out of time.
Is it possible to
Let's
break
go out on a
Bitcoin?
high with 5 concurrent viewers. Let's not keep this
It's
going.
it's one, but whatever.
Go on.
We've lost them again.
Is it possible to break Bitcoin? No. You. Why hasn't the
No,
price...
no, no. No.
Oh, you want to explain it?
Please look at the 5 Bitcoin killer video
Oh,
we did.
Very good
We
video,
did a-
guys.
Very good video.
I did a blog post about this, and we did a video.
With the links in the description
Yes.
below after the video.
Yes.
Okay, what's my question?
Yours is, why hasn't the price of Ethereum gone up after the merge?
No idea. 'Cause that's the wrong answer,
Because
isn't it?
nothing's gone up, has it? It's all come down.
No, I would argue that the supply shock, as in there's not enough Ethereum being made compared to 2 months ago, that supply shock hasn't kicked in yet. So we're not seeing the drop in the amount of Ethereum on the exchanges yet.
I think you're probably right, but I think there's a lot of other people thinking, you know what, that can wait. Just need to find out a way of buying cheap Weetabix.
And the other thing which is going to contribute to the price going up is that the Shanghai update to Ethereum will release the Ethereum that's been locked over
what,
the
sorry?
last 2. The Shanghai update. So we've just had the merge, haven't we?
What are you talking about? Yeah.
The Shanghai update. Should we all have been aware of this?
Well, is it like an Asia
okay.
DLC to
So-
Ethereum?
So all the different. We had 5 viewers. We've got none.
We've
now.
actually got 2 now, apparently.
Okay. So each update to Ethereum has a different name.
Right.
Oh, it's an...
So we've had the London update.
Right.
We've had the Barnsley update.
Yeah.
Right. We've now got the Shanghai update.
Right, got you.
Which is coming in 3 to 6 months' time.
Right.
That update will release all of the Ethereum that's been locked over the last 2 years while we've been going through the merge.
Right.
And because it's all locked for the next 3 to 6 months, there's no supply of Ethereum.
Yeah.
At some point in the next 6 months, it's going to go up.
Right.
That's it.
Well, I think Ruben fell asleep when we were talking about the football glasses and the KFC. And all
Great
that.
stuff.
And he's woken just back up now. So he said Nando's 2, and Burger King is the GOAT fast food, at least in Spain. What do you
Burger
think?
King do a great burger.
I love a Burger King.
Terrible chips.
Yeah.
No, I disagree with
Yeah,
you.
terrible chips.
No.
I like the thinness of the McDonald's chips because
Yeah.
you get more
Yeah.
frequency.
Get your
Yeah.
point.
It's more,
So I agree with Ruben.
yeah.
Good burger, bad chips.
For what a burger is, what you're mainly paying for.
Exactly.
It's great. Burger
Yeah,
King's a lot better.
Agreed.
Well, thanks for watching, Ruben.
Pretty much. I
And
mean,
for
there's
our
two,
other
there's two
people.
current views apparently.
Please
Click and subscribe.
click and subscribe. Saturday morning, 11 o'clock UK time, 12 o'clock Central European time. We will see you then.
Yeah.
Thanks
Well,
a lot, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you all
you.
for watching. Yeah. See you next time.
you